All right, let's jump right in. Today we're breaking down the strategic blueprint for a real enterprise-wide AI transformation. This isn't about shiny new tech for the sake of it. This is a guide for the C-suite on how to drive genuine, bottom-line business innovation. Just look at this number, 80%. The pace of AI adoption is absolutely staggering. By 2026, the vast majority of companies will be deploying AI. What that really tells you is that the window to get a real competitive advantage is closing, and it's closing fast. The time to move from just exploring to actually executing is right now.
This quote just says it all, doesn't it? It's the core mindset you need at the leadership level. Because AI transformation, it's not about making a few small incremental gains here and there. It's about a complete reinvention of the business. And that requires an ambitious vision led from the very top, from day one.
Okay, so the big question is, how do you actually lead this change? Well, a successful transformation really starts with 5 foundational principles. These are the things that every single executive needs to be championing. Let's break them down.
Now, don't think of this as just a simple checklist. It's a unified strategy. You have to start with big ambitions, and it has to be driven from the very top. The CEO needs to own this. Then you fuel it with your own unique data, you wrap the whole thing in security, and you bring in outside help to go faster. If you get this right, AI stops being just another IT project and it becomes the very engine of your business. Now let's talk about the absolute bedrock of this entire strategy, your data. For years, we've called it an asset, but that's not enough anymore. In the age of AI, your data is your single greatest competitive differentiator. Full stop. And this table really highlights a huge shift. Our old ways of thinking about data strategy, they're just not going to cut it. We're moving away from nice, clean, structured data in old-school warehouses to harnessing messy, unstructured data, emails, videos, call transcripts, in real time. And that means you need totally new architectures, things like lakehouses and vector databases, and a whole new focus on responsible AI right from the very start.
But look, getting your data house in order is not easy. These 4 things right here, they're like the 4 horsemen of stalled AI projects. Bad data, fuzzy rules, teams that don't talk to each other, and not having the right people on board. As a leader, your job is to proactively hunt down and dismantle these barriers. If you don't, they will derail your transformation before you even get off the ground.
Okay, so once you have that solid data foundation, you can unlock the next massive leap forward. We're moving beyond AI that just spits out content to an AI that actually gets stuff done. Let's dive into the power of what we call agentic systems. So what is agentic AI? Well, unlike the AI we're used to that just answers our questions, agentic AI is designed to execute multi-step tasks all by itself. It can plan, it can act, and it can adapt to achieve a really complex goal. It's a total game changer in terms of what's possible.
And this comparison just illustrates that difference perfectly. Think about it like this. Generative AI is like a brilliant researcher who brings you an incredible report. Agentic AI is like a highly capable project manager who takes that report and completes the entire project for you. One responds, the other accomplishes. It's a huge difference.
And the best part is, the applications are immediate. This 4-point playbook shows you exactly where you can put agentic AI to work right now for a huge return. We're talking about automating all that routine work, streamlining really complex workflows, like claims processing, dramatically speeding up R&D, and creating truly predictive customer experiences.
Now, as you start to deploy these incredibly powerful tools, governance becomes absolutely critical. But here's the key. This isn't just about managing risk or checking a box for the regulators. Good governance is fundamentally about building and keeping the trust of your customers, your employees, and the market. And trust is everything.
This checklist gives you a practical framework. I kind of think of it in 2 parts. First, you have the strategic stuff, making sure AI is tied to your company's mission, getting the right people from across the company to lead, and creating a transparent culture. Then you've got the operational part, rigorously tracking your models and staying ahead of the rules. When you do both, you're building responsibility right into your day-to-day operations.
And finally, we get to the ultimate challenge for any executive. How do you move AI from a cool, successful pilot project in one corner of the company to a powerful engine for profit and value across the entire enterprise? This is really where the rubber meets the road. And the data here shows there's a huge gap. You see that 2/3 of companies are getting real, measurable gains from AI, but a full third, 1 in 3, see no tangible value at all. Why?
because they get stuck in what I call pilot purgatory. They have a cool experiment, but they can't bridge that gap to make it an industrial-scale capability.
But scaling for a massive impact is absolutely doable. I mean, just look at Wyndham Hotels and Resorts. They industrialized AI in their call centers. And they didn't just get a little efficiency bump. They created a clear win for customers with faster service, a win for their employees who get to focus on more important work, and of course, a huge win for the owners with better performance. That's what scaled value really looks like.
So, the blueprint is clear. The case studies are out there. The crucial point is that your competitors are not sitting around waiting. They are actively industrializing AI as we speak. The time for just exploring and thinking about it is over. So the only question that's really left is, what's your next move?